Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I am St. Louis' Pastor Paul, and today I'm continuing the series on Christianity or the church. I've changed it to the church is more like the church is more like a gang than it is a charitable organization, than it is a charity. And that's clearly a shocking statement to make, but I think it's a necessary one based on the way Christianity is practiced in our culture today. So I'm sorry for the helter-skelter method that these videos are being put up. I know basically I've realized that if I wait to get something perfect, I'm never going to do it. So to get these videos up, I'm going to just do it. And I'm going to rely on you guys with your comments to let me know what was unclear and what didn't make sense, what you didn't think I was right about. If you think I'm wrong, tell me, and I'll make a video and address that problem, because I've thought about this a long time, and it really does make sense. So last time we talked about the church is more like a gang than a charitable organization, because the church is a bunch of people who know they're bad. We're not good people. We're better than we used to be, but we know we're bad. And just as in a gang, you know you're bad guys. So also in a charitable organization, opposite, in a charitable organization, you all go to dinners and you look at each other and you say, oh, look at all the good people in this room. And in reality, as soon as they leave that room, they're just as evil as everyone else. So my point here today is that the church is more like a gang because we take care of one another in brotherhood. And this is how church should be practiced. I know that this unfortunately isn't how church always is, but it's the goal that we should shoot for, is that the church should be like a family that takes care of each other, that promotes each other's careers, that takes care of each other in times of financial hardship, in times of medical problems. Through the good times and the bad, the church should be the first people there in life to celebrate with you, to mourn with you, and to, in general, advance and progress your life. And this is shown in John 13. In John 13, this is shortly before Jesus dies. It's actually the night that Jesus will be arrested. And Jesus tells his disciples, with the little time that he has left, he says, a new commandment I give to you. A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another. Just as I have loved you, you also are to love one another. By this, all people will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another. I just want to point out there that a Christian's goal is first to love God, because Jesus says the greatest commandments are to love God and love your neighbor. Love God, love other people. But specifically, Christians are called to love each other way more than we're called to love outsiders, people that are not Christians, people that are not in the church. And this passage makes that very clear, because Jesus says, you are to love one another. And then he says in verse 35, by this all people will know that you are my disciples if you have love for one another. Jesus doesn't say, if you have love for all people. He says, people will know you are my disciples if you are loving my disciples. And that's important because if we're trying to love the world, if we're trying to love anyone and everyone, we won't get much done. I mean, let's think about it. There's so many starving people in this world that if I took all the money that I have and I gave it, I gave it to the starving people, it'd probably come out to, my guess, I'm pretty confident because I don't have much money. It would come out to like less than a penny a person. And that doesn't help anyone. They're still starving. They're still going to die. And so we have to realize that as finite beings, we only have the resources to help a limited number of people. And Jesus says you need to focus this help on other Christians. And part of the reason for this is that we have a shared vision, a shared goal. And if we are helping each other out, advancing each other's careers, which I must say I'm very thankful for my church, because my church did that. My church, I was driving a semi-truck. My church helped me secure a job in computer programming, which significantly increased my income. So I don't have much money now. I will, in the future, have more money. And I'm very grateful to my church for that, because that's what the Bible encourages us to do. Help each other's careers, help each other in the good times and the bad. But the point is that if we love other Christians, we're going to build up this community of people whose lives are generally together. And you don't stop there. When you have a surplus of money, when you have a surplus of time, when you have a surplus of resources to love others with, then you go to the outside world. And so the point is to love other people who will return that love to other people as well. Because if I love non-Christians, if I, pay someone's bill, someone's electric bill, or I help them advance their career. Let's say I helped someone advance their career who is not a Christian into computer programming. What are the chances that they're going to give away a lot of their money? I don't know. I don't know how much non-Christians really give away their money. What I do know is that even though Christians don't give away as much money as they should, Christians do tend to give away money. And so I know that if I help out Christians, that person will probably help out other people as well. So it makes kind of logical sense in that the return on your investment is larger, if that makes sense. But the other point is that it creates a fellowship of people who care for you emotionally when times are rough. And gangs are really groups of people that take care of each other when times are rough. Not so with charitable organizations. If you're a member of a charitable organization, you're generally not helping each other out. You're helping others. You're helping outsiders. Generally, people involved in a charitable organization already kind of have life together. And that's not the case with the church. We're a bunch of misfits with problems. John 17, Jesus prays. I've been over this before, so I won't spend much time on it. If you'd like, you can watch the video I made on John 17. But this is Jesus praying, and he prays. This is the only time in the Bible that he prays for me and you as future believers in Jesus. And he prays that we may be one. He says, I pray that they, that's me and you, future believers, may also be in us, so that the world may believe that you have sent me. And hit the wrong thing. But he also prays that we may all be one, that we may be unified in loving each other. Galatians 6:10, this passage makes it abundantly clear. In Galatians 6:10, Paul writes, So then, as we have opportunity, let us do good to everyone, and especially to those who are of the household of faith. So you see, many Christians they feel like they should be do-gooders, just do good to anyone and everyone. And while there is value in that, there is more value, more return, more good done when you focus your love on specific individuals, like your children, like your own family, like your wife, like other believers. Because if you just spread out your love equally, there's too many people on this earth to love. And so the Bible makes it very clear. We are to prioritize our love for other Christians. And that is why the church, as a group of people, is more like a gang that takes care of each other than it is a charitable organization that takes care of others. So thank you very much, guys. Please, again, leave your comments, questions, disagreements, angry rants, whatever in the comment section so that I can make these videos better. I'm putting them out, and I'm going to address any problems that you bring up. Thank you very much, guys. I look forward to interacting with you guys online. Have a good one. Bye.